Testing. All right. How are you guys doing? My name is Rami. This is the Black Tech Experience. And today I'm talking about how I failed all my interviews. And so I interviewed with three companies. It was Bloomberg, Snapchat, and Square. Like, if you know the little payment processor. And it was kind of funny to me. Like, I was disappointed, of course. Like, Snapchat would have been nice to be a part of and maybe see a change of culture. I think I'm satisfied with where I work currently. But yeah, just want to make sure I listen to some of the same creators you guys are listening to where they say that you need to continue interviewing even though you have a job just to know what's out there for you. And I had a few have revelations because usually when I do these interviews, I feel terrible. I beat myself up more than I won't say more than anybody, but it feels like more than anybody, right? Like it feels like I remember feeling like I was the biggest loser because I couldn't get into these FAANG companies like my friends, and I had studied 20 times as hard as them, right? Like they got in like right after college where I had to spend like 3, 4 years studying these interviewing skills. And when I look back, I realized that that was such a waste of time, or not. I won't say waste of time, but I've gone to Cornell. Uh, I've gotten an Ivy League degree, and I really thought that, and I studied my ass off for these tests, and I thought that once that I got in, that I would be in a good position to do my job at a high level. But they're being a software engineer and passing the interviews are two different things. It's like looking the part, looking like you're a good candidate versus actually being a good candidate. And the only way that you get those experiences is if you get on the job. And so I realized, I think I've learned the hard way that, hopefully y'all don't hear that. There's like a motorcycle going on outside. But I've learned the hard way that, what is it? I've learned the hard way that hard work does not matter. What matters is, and let me say that again, hard work is only a percentage of the game. Like, you need to have an opportunity before you can work hard, because there's no way that you can the company, like when I was at Twitch or when you're with one of these high paying software engineering jobs, they're literally putting millions and millions of dollars in your hand and telling you to go make hundreds of millions for them, right? And so if somebody is not putting millions of dollars in your hand, is this thing gonna act right? There we go. If someone is not putting millions of dollars in your hand, right, then you're not getting a chance to really comprehend what a business software engineer is like, because we have to do choices and trade-offs at like super speed. And honestly, I don't think it's hard for me to imagine, unless that student, like some schools can replicate that feeling by giving you hard deadlines and tests, but there's nothing like the actual experience that will teach you about that. And so if you're a student right now and you are failing a lot of interviews, just know that it does not necessarily mean that you're a bad engineer or you're incapable. If your friends got in before you and you are a late bloomer like me, doesn't mean that you can't get in. It just means that it's going to take time. And I think I kind of feel more grittier than a lot of my friends who had an easier path, right? I know people who are software engineers and they never did an interview and they became a senior software engineer at Twitch. And so if they never did an interview to get into Twitch, that person is stuck. They have to live at Twitch. Even though being a senior software engineer, you can probably go a lot of places, but that person would struggle. I've seen people. Somebody said the strongest member of our team, they tried to apply to Reddit, same type of deal, ads, right? And she didn't even get the job. And it just goes to show you how cutthroat the industry is right now, or how, let me say, not even cutthroat, I want to say elitist. These tests are extremely difficult to pass. I've met numerous employees at Google say, I don't even think I could pass this test. Let me see if I can get this out of the shot. You're going to follow me up. There he is. I don't think I could pass this test. But they're giving these interview questions that they don't even feel like they could pass. So it's like, it's kind of crazy. It's like we have this bar that either somebody needs to get, even, like I thought at this level, right? I have 2 years of industry experience. I have a Cornell degree. I have an Ivy League degree, HBCU, internships. Like, I've been in these circles, and you would think that now that I've been here and I've had the training and experience with all this, that companies, other FAANG companies, or let's say other high-level big tech companies would it would be easy, or it would be like if I got like 10 interviews that I'd at least get 3 or 4 of them. And I'm like, to be honest with you, I don't know, unless I quit my job right now and I started studying for interviews full time, I don't even know if I would get 2 out of 10. If I had 10, I think I could get 2 out of 10. And that's like, it's insane. And that should show you the pressure that people are. And I understand, like looking back, I understand why that is. Like, I had a software, on my job, they told me that they let this guy go because he wasn't good enough. And then I had a chance to go behind some of the work that he was doing. And I was on a deadline. I had to go back and fix a lot of that stuff that this guy broke. And I had to work like 60 hours to get that stuff back in. And nobody wanted to like hear my complaints about this not being, my fault. And that people should have gotten on him. Nobody cared. And so I understand why at these companies, they really beat you down. They really make it hard for you to get in here and to get into these companies, because nobody wants to teach you anything. Nobody wants to give you a fair shot. They really want you to come in and to be able to handle really messed up situations. They want you to be able to turn their mistakes into millions rapidly, like really fast. And that's more real than I think any of you can even comprehend, because it's like, once you get to this level, it's not about fair. It's about, can you overcome sometimes terrible circumstances. And so the only way you can do that, it's like your intelligence is not enough, or is what I found. Like, you need experience, and the only way you can get experience is somebody is willing to teach you. And if somebody's not willing to teach you, you can never get in. And so if somebody's not willing to, take a chance on you and believe that you're willing to suffer for them and stay in the game long enough for you to become somebody that they can throw bad assignments to, and then you're no good for them. And so I think that's a hard thing to measure, especially in these tests. That's why they make the bar so unrealistically high. It's so that people feel, if you can pass this test, you're either lucky, or you are a competitive programmer who spends all their days just doing this stuff for fun, which shows some passion, at least. But yeah, I really see these tests as as a filter that I promise you most of us cannot pass consistently. And you can see it like I was reading Elon's some guy talk about he was in the Elon Musk company and how he passed his first one at SpaceX, and because he passed his test, him moving to different company chains went in there like X or what company is it called? But yeah, the Elon Musk companies, he was able to move around a lot easier. And I found that to be quite true as well. Like if you get to work for a Google or Amazon or one of these FAANG companies, moving to different teams is easy. Once you have proven that you can um, deliver results for somebody. And so that's why like moving and on top of that, moving around is kind of challenging. Like you would think that me as a software engineer, if I went to Google, um, let's say some place I haven't been yet. If I went to Microsoft right now, you would think because I understand many of the programming languages that Microsoft uses, that I could come in and make an instant impact, but that's not the case. Like I need a ramp. Microsoft has their own style of coding, and so I everybody kind of needs a little bit of ramp up time, and every team is different. And so yeah, I just want to tell you guys like if you're beating yourself up right now because you didn't get a job, it's okay. Um, I don't really think that the FAANG title is as much as you think. It's just more of a status symbol. If you can, it can definitely be a great way to start your career, right? You can go to a FAANG company and then you can go anywhere, right? That is true. However, if I could do everything over and I had somebody that was, if I could get to a position where they, still put the millions of dollars in my hand and I worked hard and I learned, then I would go to that position over FAANG because there's a lot of there's some bad things about it. The politics I don't like, but that's life. Like there's strengths and trade-offs to everything. So yeah, I failed those interviews finally. To conclude, I failed those interviews, but I realized I have so much more to give, and I'm appreciative that I have this opportunity still to go to my job. So it's not a bad deal, and who knows, like the industry goes up and down. So those contacts because I know how those processes work, it can be a lot easier for me in the future. And so don't be discouraged. It's definitely a long game, especially for my black people. Especially for my black people, man. They don't want to give us anything. We got to take it, and so hopefully I can help make that journey a little bit easier for you by confessing some of the things that goes on my side. But if you like more confessions of an HBCU engineer, if you enjoyed this style of content, let me know in the comments. Follow me on my journey, on my mission to help you guys ride the AI wave. Make sure that you are going to get high-paying jobs. Be the people that use the AI correctly in order to start your own business or get a job. If you like those type of things, subscribe to me, like the video. It really helps. Peace.